Okay, welcome back to another episode of Team Rocket. We are up to week 6. Sorry, boys. And I hate to beat the drum, Jim, but Jess has got you again, brother. It's
Wait,
mate.
have we got numbers yet?
Yeah, no, I still haven't because I haven't been able to go home because we're in lockdown. I can't get back to Cronulla and grab this pad. But Jess, we do not need the numbers, mate. You are. I think you're about 10 or 11 at least to Jimmy's 1 or 2 salutes. So,
I actually did a slight calculation the other week, and my profit. If you had been following me, my profit was sitting around 1,500.
See, that's what we need to do. I need to go through it. I'm going to go. What I'll do is over the weekend, because there's not much we can do these days. I'll go home and I'm going to have to go listen to all the Team Rockets and then just go back and get all the data. I'll write all the data down. Probably Jimmy. It's like I said. It's not going to be to your liking, mate. But let's get into it. What happened before we get on to Jesse's jam on his best last week? Let's get on the Linhout, mate. What happened in that race for both of us? Because I was on it as well.
Yeah, so as you'd know, Skip, she was just way too far back. She had something like 8 or 9 lengths to make up on the straight, and then went down by about just over her head. So she was the run of the race. Just had way too much ground to make up, which was unfortunate, because if she was where Aidensfield was during the run, she wins that race, and we're all stoked because we get both the best bets up. But just too much ground, but definitely follow her going forward. She's a gun. Yeah,
for sure. Do you remember the jockey's name?
Carleen Heppel.
Yeah, I thought when she come around, obviously she had heaps of ground to make up as well, but if she tried to get cover again, like she pulled in and tried to get cover from about the 300 or 400 rather. I thought if she just tried to get momentum and just pull out straight away, because at that point you were so far behind to try to gain that extra momentum by getting a bit of a spell. It was almost too late, I thought, and if she sort of just got out and just had a crack at it early on Linhout, I thought like maybe it might have got even a little bit closer.
Yeah, well, I had the wooden spatula out at home, fucking giving her the whip of doom to try and get her home. But normally that works. The persuader didn't this time.
Hey, he set me up. He's like, "Oi, film it, because when it gets up, we'll put it on the SPC, and I'll be riding it home." And I'm filming. I'm like, "It's got some fucking ground to make me fun."
I was getting more than the jockey.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
All right, well, because that was the second leg of multi I put on for the day too, because I really like your bets last week. And Jess, you saluted early, not too far before that with La Chevrolet. You love a bit of La Chevrolet, and it got the job done for us on the weekend.
Yeah, so it finally drew well. She's had a horrible run of late, trying to draw a good barrier, and it was So J-Mac got booted because him and a few boys decided to have a few beers. So Timmy Clark was on board, and he gave it like a perfect steer. We were watching it, and as soon as it hit that final bend, he just had so much horse under him. And I was cheering with about 200 to go. It was an easy watch.
Yeah, it was a nice easy watch. Jimmy Mack getting up to feel the bobble problems that some of the NRL boys are getting into, eh? It's not just.
So I like the lad even more now. He seems a bit rebellious.
Yeah, and I judge him by that. I've seen that you've got I know you've got him in the head-to-head that we'll get to a little bit later on. And as soon as I seen the horse, I go, I bet you fucking Jimmy's riding this.
Hey, I was almost going to go to Kembla yesterday and try and meet the lad. They had a meet on at Kembla, and he had a few rides.
Oh, you would have been proper frothing. And another thing too, Jim. Unfortunately, I wrote to you in the group that because Latrell was a late scratching for the Rabbitohs, we also got $100 back for that race. So not only does so we only had the 800 outlay with myself because I had the bet as well. So Jess also got $100 back because Trell got scratched. So once again, Jim. You've done your best work on Sunday when you've gone 3 from 3 when it didn't count.
Oh, that was unfortunate. It was on fire.
I was on a heat check on Sunday, but I give a little write-up in the SPC earlier in the week, and I'm not fucking happy with myself. But I've started the potty off different. Normally I go for the morning coffee, but I've gone for the mother's milk on the up and go.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'll try something different. It's got the added protein. I'm hoping.
Yeah, you're mixing up the energy, the energize. I like that.
He
Mixing
needs
up
to
the
try
energy.
something.
All
Let
right.
us
Go.
down.
Well, let's keep that energy going. Let's get into it with your best for the weekend. You're going to Caulfield, Jimmy.
Yeah, so we're going to race 3 at Caulfield, Sunfor at $3.50 the win. It's a horse that the stable have always had pretty good raps on. Like he raced against the likes of Animo and Artorias in his first little prep. And he started around $9 or something against Artorias, who won the Blue Diamond.
Yep.
And he was first up on a soft 7 at Geelong. Drew wide, so Froggy Newitt had no choice to go back on him, and he
Froggy
ran
Newitt.
the fast. Yeah, Froggy Newitt. He's a gun at the moment. There's to follow him, everybody. But yeah, he had no choice to go back, and yeah, he flew home and ran the quickest final 600 meters of the whole day, which is huge for a 2-year-old. So I like that. With any natural progression through that run, he hits a soft 7 to heavy 8 on the weekend, up to 1400, drawn barrier 4. I reckon Froggy Newitt will land him closer just because of that first bend comes pretty quickly at Caulfield. And then, yeah, if he hopefully lands around mid, just a bit better than midfield, if he lets down again like he did last start, he puts them away. And there's a few horses in the race that are in the market. They're coming from 1100 straight up to 1400.
Yep.
Which
It's quite a big jump, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big jump that can affect some horses. And yeah, it's just not many of them got form on the wet tracks either. So I reckon, yeah, Sunfall's a good little play, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I feel like if Jesse's horse jockey is Jimmy Mack, then I think Froggy Newitt gets a mention at least every fortnight from you, Jim. So you're a bit of a fan.
Well, he's a gun. Him and Brett Preble at the moment, they're just trying to get whatever rides they can, and they want to win on the horses they're on because. Like you got Jamie Carr and the likes who are getting the gun horses all the time, and any chance they get to ride a horse like on the good meetings in town, they're giving it 100% because they don't have many. So it's good just to follow him. And yeah, he's on fire at the moment, Froggy.
Maybe when we get down to Caulfield, we can have a little meet and greet for Jimmy and Froggy.
Yeah. Let me see what I can organise, boys. I know they're listening. I know they love the show, so we'll see if we can.
You got some strings to pull there, Jazzy. Come on.
We can make it happen at YKTR Sports, boys. I forgot to mention off the top as well. We'll get onto it now. We're in the BSC content studio too, boys, as you know. So just wanted to make sure we clarify that. We missed that at the top of the show. And before we, that's when we do our best work. And Jess, this is where you do your best work and your best of the weekend. Let's roll straight. Nice little segue, eh? Jess, let's get into yours. What's your best?
Like that. We'll roll with the intro there.
What's your best for?
I've got
go on, mate. Sorry, I'll cut you off.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. My best. We've got a bit of odds for this one. It's in Doomben, so I'm trying to find just good tracks because down in Sydney and Melbourne they're meant to be a bit wet, and Rosehill's a bastard of a track to try and pick anything. But I've gone for Doomben race 3, Sophia at $6.50.
That's juicy.
Juicy, and I'm pretty confident in it. So they did the move up from Melbourne. They did the move up from Melbourne, and 2 weeks ago now it debuted up there at Eagle Farm, and a lot of the boys jumped on it in this chat we're in, and it was a very impressive win. It won comfortably in the end, and its final 600 wasn't bad either. It rated well. It should strip fitter for this because it had a bit of a break between its last run. So I'm happy to see that it handled the opposite turn. So it didn't get wrong-footed, which was also a big positive.
Yep.
And if the track's good, there's very little speed in this race. And Doomben generally favours the on-speed runners. And I reckon if we can sit either in the lead on the rail or one off, it's going to give him a really good crack at $6.50. So I'm happy to take that on as my best of the day.
Yeah, beautiful. I was just looking at the speed map now. How do you pronounce that? Desnafina or Desnafa or something something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. Sounds right.
That's the only
I'm
one with a
horrible
bit of speed, and they've got that down to lead. But like you said, not much is really looking like it's going to take it on. So if he can sit behind and get a nice little trail, should be right there.
Yeah, because he didn't even ask for much of it in the final, like 200 in its first up run, because it brained the field. So, like saying that, if it's got a bit of competition this time around, which it will, he'll have to get like everything out of the horse. So I reckon it can run a decent race there.
Yeah, it looks rock hard fit too. So yeah, it's a nice little bet there. Let's go keep it going, Jess. We're going to the head-to-head.
Yeah.
We're going to do the Winter Challenge, mate, at Rose Hill. Looks like a pretty decent race down in Rose Hill. So how do you see this one playing out?
So as we mentioned previously, I'm riding my boy J-Mac in this one. He's on Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah. Good name too.
Tongue twister. Yeah, so we got that at $6. I'm hoping the horse has still got some legs in it after its last run at fucking a heavy 20 at, I think it was at Randwick, was it? Or Rose Hill, its last start. It, like, got caught wides, proper stuck in the mud, like total forgive run. And we've drawn the rail this time. So hopefully this rain holds off here and we can get close to like a soft 5. And if J-Max sits forward on it, because generally you got to be on speed to be getting a feed at Rose Hill, I reckon we can run a good race. I do like Jimmy's pick in the head-to-head because it's got opposite form lines to everything.
Got to be quick.
And yeah, he was quick. He was quick to pull the trigger on Kerwin's, but yeah, I'm happy to invest.
You already told them.
That's all right. I'm happy to invest in our boy J-Mac once again.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's get on to yours, Jim. So like you said, they've got two different speed maps, these two horses. So depending on how the race plays out, we could hedge our bets with either way.
Yeah, so I'm on Kerwin's lane. We got him at $5 on Sportsbet, which I think is big overs for him. So he's coming back from back up from down. He went down to Victoria for a little trip away, and he didn't run too bad on that day, given how Flemington's track played. And yeah, I just think there's a lot of the horses in this race, like Jesse's coming out of the Winter Stakes 2 weeks ago, and I think they rated that track a heavy 48 or something and called the fucking meeting off. So yeah. So yeah, I just think that could take anything out of the horse's legs. And yeah, he's the only one with like different form lines. And yeah, he's 1 from 1 at the track and trip. He won pretty well second up over the 1500 at Rose Hill on the soft going. Brenton Avdullah's he's in good form for once, which is good. So he gets the ride on him. And then, yeah, I just think they'll sit handy around 4th or 5th on him. And then if the track's not biased, yeah, he'll put him to the sword and get the win for us. I'm pretty confident in him. Yeah,
beautiful, Jim. You know what? I'm rooting for you this week, Jim. I hope you have a big weekend, mate. So
I need it.
And speaking of having a big weekend, you've got Big Boy Roy, and you got this one nice and early to me. I missed the initial odds because you were looking for something a little bit early. I had to place this yesterday for you. You're that keen on it. Did you ever think about it being your best, or did you just like it as the roughie?
I'm scared of Frosty Rocks just because of its fresh record, but yeah, just was very keen. When the markets went up $8 on Sportsbet, I just thought that's unbelievable. Like I couldn't believe it.
We got it at $7.52, by the way. We didn't get the 8s. We got $7.50, $2.50 a place.
Yeah, so still happy with that. And yes, old Skinny Vinny, one of the boys, he's very happy with the pick as well. He loves a bit of Big Boy Roy.
Yeah. Bit of an omen for Skinny Vinny.
A little skinny. So yeah, he's been gelded for this prep. So yeah, he's lost the knackers a bit like few of my mates who've got a missus these days. They've lost their fucking.
Is that a stab at me?
No. Did I drop your name?
I don't know. I thought you might have been hinting at
it. He's just hurting. He can't find a bird. That's all.
Yeah, I'm off you now, Jimmy. I'm back on with Jess.
Yes. Team Jesse.
So yeah, he's lost his manhood. He had 2.
You should lose yours the way your tips have been going.
My value comes in the breeding packet. In the breeding pack.
All right, finish it off, Jimmy.
So yeah, he's had 2 soft trials. J-Max on board on the weekend. Rode him in the last trial. Just in the trial, he got a little cover. And then, just pulled him to the inside of the leading horse, and he moved up heaps nice. His first up record's 5 goes for 4 placings, and the only reason he didn't place first up last prep was because he did everything wrong in the run. And then just before he went for a spell, he actually beat Frosty Rocks over the 1600.
Yep.
And he meets him a kilo better off at the weights. And I'm hoping that Frosty Rocks with the 60 just feels the pinch a little late if they put some pressure on him.
Yep.
And I reckon J-Mac will slot him just in behind the speed, stalking him to give him the last crack. And then, I just think the way he's trialled, his 2 trials leading into it, he looks ready to go. And if the gelding operations work the treat on him, it should take him to another level. And I just think I'm not sold that we've seen the best on Big Boy Roy, whereas I think like Frosty Rocks, we sort of know where its level's at. And I think, if this gelding op has done the trick, I reckon Big Boy Roy can go to another level.
And J-Mac. Don't forget J-Mac.
Yeah, J-Mac. He's stolen J-Mac from you, Jess. So that's a good sign as well. So moving on to your one. You like Ulysses and Doomben for your roughie.
Yeah,
Jess?
So my roughie play, we haven't got much value. We got 5 and 2s.
That's all right. That's all we're looking for.
Ulysses at Doomben. In race 9. So I'm following some Sydney form lines up to here because it's generally rates stronger. I'm happy to forgive its last start. It just got caught wide on a shit track. Being up at Doomben, I think they're not expecting much rain at all, and it should on the day get to a good track. Fingers crossed anyway. And he will sit handy. He should sit either on speed or just off the leaders. And I think it's going to run a good race up there. He drops a few kgs from his previous runs, and I think it's going to be third up this race. So it should be rock hard fit for it. And I reckon it can go up there and cause an upset for the Sydney boys and a bit of a state of origin battle and have New South Wales get another dub. And I reckon
I'm wearing that nice blue today, so that's a good omen.
I've got a bit of blue tinge on here. I've got some blue tinge. Not much, but showing enough. I don't watch footy, so it doesn't matter.
All right, but you've got one of the better bets, and you know what? It's that good, Jess. I'm going to save you for last on this one because I love it. I'll kick us off, boys. I'm going to footy one as well. I've got 2 teams. I think I've been pretty confident in some of the better teams just getting the jobs done in the last couple of weeks. And this is one of the better, probably Manly outfits that I've seen all year, top to bottom, 1 to 17. I think they'll go well against a much improved Tigers team. And then I've also I think Latrell, like I said off the top of the show, Trell's late withdrawal last week was a big out for him. They probably didn't perform as we'd like, but I think they bounce back and do a number on Jimmy's wires. So I've gone on both. I've gone a nice round number on both of them, boys. I've gone a minus 20.5. So I think that's the line for Souths. And then I think it's a bit of an alternate line for Manly or the other way around. But anyway, that's boosted. That's to 481. So just a nice little safe 2-legger for that one, boys. I'm pretty confident that gets the job done as well.
Yeah, I reckon, the Warriors have got a lot of injuries out, like especially Tohu Harris has gone again. He's one of the better players for him. I reckon you're on there, Skip. That's a gun little bet.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that one. What about your one, Jim? Like I said, we'll finish with Jess. So what's your one? You like the Roosters. You like Chooks doing a number on who are they playing? They
got the Knights.
Knights tonight, yep.
So, they've done a number on them their past few games, actually, and the Knights picked up a few injuries, like Lockie Fitzgibbon's out, Piercy's out again, David Clemmer's out. So I just think the Knights, I'm not sure where their points come from this week. So we've gone the Roosters 13 plus. They've got Teddy Wesco back. So we're taking him anytime try scorer because he loves any pie against the Knights.
Yep.
And then Matt Ikavalu, he's just been scoring every week.
Whenever he plays, he scores, doesn't he? Me and Jacko were talking about this the other day.
And he's always a reasonable price as well for someone who scores pretty regularly as well. So, and then I reckon Joey Manu gets across as well, and that's $8.50 for all those legs combined. I'm going big here. I reckon I'm onto something. But the Knights on their left edge, they're very weak there, and I reckon Joey Manu sets up Ikavalu. goes himself on one occasion, and then Teddy Wesco just looming out the back. He's got to get a meat pie for us.
Well, on one of the bets that you saluted, it was Parramatta against the Knights. So you do know your Knights. So let's say let's see if you can jag it with the Roosters this week. And like I said, Jess, I love this bet. I didn't even know it was available. Once you told me about it, I actually went and put a little bit on for myself as well. Run us through your bet, mate.
So, I was sussing out a few games. Obviously, there's been some big points put up in the NRL. And I first picked on the Storms game against the Cowboys. And I happened to click on a BYO bet, like performance bet.
Only on sports bet, though.
Is it only on? Yeah, it's probably only on sports bet.
Yep.
But on offer, it's any player wearing 2 and 5, so from either team, to score within 15 minutes at $3.
Yeah.
That is sports bet just handing out money, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
Money for free.
But that's free money, I reckon.
Yeah, you got
$3. Slap the house.
You got the Fox or Euromea to score pretty early for the Storm, which they're really well. They're one of the teams that, when you look at some other teams, I know the Cheeses scored a few tries and they go through the middle a little bit late, but generally early on they play with some nice shape and they generally score pretty early on their flank. So if you can get the Fox and Euromea, and then also you're able to hedge your bets a little bit with Kyle Felt and the other new. I think there's a new younger because Taulagi goes into the centres, I believe, and then they've got a new winger on the edge. So, but I like that bet.
Someone scored on debut as well.
Yeah,
I reckon Cowboys are very weak on the edge. I reckon, Nico Hines will set up one of the wingers, and that bet will get up early. I was
thinking you'd get $1.95 for it or something. When I saw $3.
Yeah, $3 is nice. $3 is nice jam. That's a nice jam all around, boys. Thanks again for Team Rocket. All the best for this weekend, Jimmy. You need it. You need to start pulling back on Jess somehow. And I'll have to go through the pod and get the actual stats, boys. But I appreciate your time.
Yeah, appreciate yours too, Skip.